Sunday, fun day, fun day. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, witch, and messenger of God. I am the Lilith reincarnated. Here on a Sunday, fun day, fun day. What do you have for him first? Well, we're going to do church later. I always have a rule about that. We don't do church till after 11. Why? I don't know. Just don't. We just don't. You have to do other stuff before then. You have to, be church ready. You got to put on your church clothes. And typically, any morning, you wake up with residual energy from the night before. You still have some shit that you didn't clear off your palate. You didn't eat all your fucking meal, and you're gonna throw it up in the morning. Something like that. So, what are we talking about this morning? Well, a little runoff from last night's video, and then I shared some stuff in my community page. I woke up this morning, not my own insecurities. You have to pass your insecurities to put yourself out like that. So I hear the thoughts of others. Damn, she's hella ugly. Damn, she's ugly. I guess if that's how you see me, take it easy, shallow Hal. If that's how you see me how you want. I see my 15-year-old self at 42 years old, and I'm so confused that this is what I got. This is what my skin looks like. You're trying to tell me what my skin looks like, but I'm just trying to be like, well, that's what my skin looks like. I don't listen to your words. But your words, you're telling yourself that. You're telling yourself what's wrong with me. Look, she does. Look, I told you. That's what I showed you. Look at me. God made me a witch. I don't have no fucking eyebrows. This is what I look like without makeup most of the time. I am missing. Oh my God, that's the biggest bee. No! Sorry, God's playing with me again. Oh, he does it on Sunday. You ever see that? Oh, it was not a bee. It was a hornet, bro. It was enormous. It was a little fucking sausage with wings. Fucking A. Sorry. I'll take on demons and everything, but God's creatures. Dude, if you do not stop, I'm gonna die. Guys, if I show you this thing, you would run for your life too. I don't want to fight it. I just want to run from it. Oh, sorry, forgive me. Again, I'm always entertaining. Okay, now going back to it. Yeah, I guess, whatever. You're looking for reasons to call me ugly. You're not looking for reasons to say I'm pretty. You're looking for reasons to put me down. That's the whole point. Ugh. How many times did you watch my face? Just looking for a reason to say that I'm ugly. Fine, whatever you want. You're trying to validate your own feelings. Why? Because you feel ugly. So you're trying to say I'm ugly so you can feel prettier than me. I told you what you think makes me ugly, or what calls me a witch. But I also told you I find it very entertaining that these are my features. My features match my purpose. I also showed you, just like you do, I can put this shit on my face, just a little bit of concealer, draw on some eyebrows, put on some eyeliner, and I'm just as gorgeous as the rest. Throw on some eyeshadow, and we can just really have fun with it. But I'm still just beautiful, with or without it. And I know that you think I'm ugly, with or without it. That does nothing to do with me. How you feel about me, it doesn't have anything to do with me unless I care about your words. I'm teaching people not to let words affect you. So keep in mind, I can choose to let your words have an effect on me or not. And I am a master of the emotion, so no, it doesn't bother me. And so I had to make this story this morning. I shared some things in there about it. That fucking hornet made me forget where I was going with this. Oh, Frankie. Okay, yeah, let's go back to that. It all has something to do with something. Okay, so then I shared this video. I heard that this morning, and I'm like, fine, I'm ugly. But that your boyfriend doesn't think so. The world doesn't think so. Other people don't think so. They don't look at me to look at what's wrong with me. They can see me at face value. But what they see is not what you see, because they're not looking at such things. Yeah, they see the same thing, and I pointed it out. Look, I don't have no teeth. Really, that's just... Most people have partials that you replace. Why don't I have mine? My dog ate them. And down here, you can't get a dentist until 3 to 6 months. And God knows how long it takes to get the work done. Truthfully, they have one dentist, and everybody has to wait their turn. Lovely. So I couldn't get them replaced. It's not a huge deal. How many fucking times have you had to have dental work? I bet you don't have perfect teeth since you were born. I bet there's some kind of something in your teeth to make them look prettier than they are. Okay. All right? I bet you don't have perfect eyebrows and you go out and you freaking sit there and spend time to make them look pretty. Okay? You might have chopped up your nose like fucking Michael Jackson. Because you had a big fat nose on your face. You might have changed your skin tone because you didn't like the color of your skin and the pigmentation of your skin. We could be like everyone else. We could go bleach our skin and draw on eyebrows and be a whole fucking clown to fit in on the fucking circus act. Or I can just act a fucking the animal that I am. Going back to it. I'd have to care to care. I care about it in the best of ways. Don't get me wrong, when I go outside, I make myself presentable for you so it's not so hard. I'm not so hard on your eyes. You know what I mean? So I'm not so hard to look at, and you don't give me hard looks. You don't give me a hard time. So I make myself presentable, as I said. When I go out, I put on makeup and I look all fantabulous. But I come home and I take it off and I feel fantabulous. Okay? And anyways, as far as down here, you can't wear it, bro. I'm going to show you my best friend. It's my best friend. This is called a washcloth. I have all kinds of them in all different colors, and I carry them with an ice pack wrapped up in them. The ice pack is to keep me cool, and this is to wipe my face because it does nothing but sweat all fucking day long. I cannot put on makeup and do that. I'm going to look like Heath Ledger real fast. Talking about, hey, I already look like Harley Quinn and all that crazy shit. The fucking pigtails and I'm talking shit. We can't do too much. Doing the mostest. But in the sense of, I do what I do and I'm cool with what I do. I can dress up like you, and just like you, I can dress up like every other girl all day long. Who do I want to be today? I'm just going to be me today. There's nothing better than me. There's nobody like me. So I was going into that. Okay, so that was part of it. And I was trying to explain to them that unconditional love doesn't come in a condition. You don't love a specific type of dog. Like, I love dogs. All of them. Some of them not so much. Oh, that dog's kind of ugly. You seen those ones? Some of them are. I'm not going to point out I'm not going to say a specific breed because that's somebody's dog. I mean, I'm not going to talk about a certain type of girl because that's somebody's girlfriend. I'm not going to talk about a certain type of man because that's somebody's man. Am I physically turned off by Russ? No, I'm just fucking with him. I have not had the best lovers, and his skin doesn't really bother me. It bothers him. So I use my words to bother him like he does me. It's just a thing. I don't give a shit about what the fuck you got under there. Turn the lights off. Or turn them on. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I promise. You're going to not look so pretty when you're in about 20 more years either. Gravity kicks in, bro. Gravity. Unless you start, cutting and pasting yourself like the Kardashians, which I assure you is going to be a crime scene when you get older. We're not going to know how to sew you back together. Your lines are going to get crossed. You're going to have to carry those big ass plastic boobs on your chest bone. You won't even have the body. They'll just be flopping around, these big ass bubbles of something of plastic that you done put in. And let's not talk about your ass. You guys that bought an ass. What the fuck? How are you going to sit on that thing? Anyways, I don't give a shit. Fine. You think I'm ugly? I think you're ugly. Everything's ugly. Fuck it. You're not going to make me feel ugly. Do I make you feel ugly? If I did, it's because you felt ugly before I got to you. You was ugly before I told you you was ugly. Am I ugly? According to your standards, fine. Would I have liked to be more beautiful? I am as beautiful as I want to be, dude. I don't want to look like you. I'm cool. I look great. I can dye my hair. I can look like whatever I fucking want, whenever I fucking want it. I have to be okay just looking like me. So that was part of it. And then there was connected to the twin flames. They don't understand. How the fuck am I in love with this fucking fat bitch? That's how I feel with Russ. God. Oh, I would never. Oh, fuck. Then you throw in a couple of these other nuts and screws. Oh, man, I'm fucking screwed. How come I love you? There is nothing to love about you. I don't even like you. Ugh. You're not even my type. God. What happened? I'm going crazy. And then their skin starts doing stuff. You're like, see, I knew I didn't like your type. And then you're like, God's like, you still love them. I do, but I can't stand their skin. Why'd you put them like that? That's how you feel about me. Why'd you... when I woke up, I was like... I had people tell me, you're so beautiful. Man, I've rode in on better capsules than this one, let me tell you. I guess. This is the capsule I'm riding in. My Chevy. I would have fucking totally loved a Tesla. Man, it's just, I did have that new size model. But then the shit, we put some miles on this bitch. Hey, I can still, the Ferrari still goes. I've still got a Cougar engine in here. But anyways, going back to the twin flames and stuff, and then I watched that video and I was all sad. Because it's really it. The fuck am I doing here? I'm here to bring you back to the light, assholes. Did you not see the video? Do you not know where I be? In the light. I can't even get Pac there. I'll see you when I get done with all this shit. It's what I'm here to do. God said, go get my people. Let my people free. Fuck. So I'm down here in the pits of hell with you guys, having to be the queen of hell, relive all this hellish experience just to get you guys out of hell. I already been to heaven, bro. I live in heaven. I didn't need to do this. But why am I doing this? Because it's lonely without humanity. It's lonely without God's children. They should have never been kicked out. How'd they get kicked out? Oh, that was my fault. So naturally, I have to get you back in. I'm the one that walked you out. I have to walk you back in. You'll never find your way. You don't even know how you got kicked out. Again, the Christianity, Catholicism, all these religions made it a lot harder. We had to do a lot more in other religions to get in God's good grace. And that's it. I teach everyone is, I showed Mr. Plum. I don't just serve the God that Jesus Christ served. But I understand that the way that Jesus Christ served was the way. But I also understood that in other times and spaces and in other cultures, you had to use their way to get to God. So I come here and I honor all the ways to God. And I bring all those ways to show you this way. This way, bro. This is the way. This is the way. Not that you were wrong your way, because your way is the way too. It is too. But in this time, we all must move into one way, one religion, one. Okay? What are we doing? Are we all becoming Christians? No, we're all becoming Christ-like, so that when Christ comes to judge, we are all on the right side of judgment. And when he opens the gates, now you can study every single religion. There's no savior until Christ. Every single religion. There's ultimate justice and resurrection and reincarnation, but there's no savior until Christ. That's the truth. That's where God changed the story, was with Christ. He gave us an example. He gave us a way. Through this guy, walk like this guy, and this will walk you straight into the kingdom. It's not easy, because he was nothing more than spirit. He didn't have the provocation that we have in the flesh to sin. He didn't feel sin. He was just sinned upon. He teaches us to overcome the sins upon us and walk the righteous path. And that's all that's asked of all religions. Right? All religions say if you walk this path, you will walk into the eternal. But I'm telling you right now, the gates aren't open. You can't walk yourself back into the divine. The gates must be opened by this guy. I promise you. I'm from all time and space, and I go back in there all the time, and I tell you it's glorious. But the thing that's missing is you. All of God's angels, all of his creations, all of us, I am a divine being, and we're in the divine. It's a consciousness. It's a state of mind where I'm trying to get you there. If you're here in the flesh, you're here. If you can bring your spirit here, then you stay in the spirit. We'll just leave the flesh. The flesh will just fall off, and we'll stay in the spirit. Typically right here, you guys are in the flesh, and you have to wait till the flesh falls to reconnect to your spirit. And that's where it says about biblically, the spirits will rise again, where we walk in the spirit, no longer in the flesh. The flesh will always feel the flesh experience, because that's what it is. The spirit is within the temple of the flesh, right? So that's where that all gets down into some fun, juicy stuff. The juiciness of why Christ. I promise you, in all religions, he's the only one to save us. Look, I have a book that I could bring out. I'll read a little bit of it. It was all where was God in pagan religions? Meaning, where was Christ in all this? He was there. He was talking to their people, their language. He was their God, the same God, the way that they were. God was always God. There was many different forms of God to cater to each culture, each time, each location. Each one spoke a different tongue. They needed their own God that spoke their language, that understood them, that they could connect to in their hearts. There was different vibrations of God. Okay, so he came and he came and he came and he came to different people, always to spread the word, right? But, they didn't know how to do it. He kept telling them that this is the way, but they needed an actual someone to show them the way in a human form. Jesus showed us the way. This is the way that our Father wants. This is what he's been trying to tell us. This is it. This is it. Why didn't it come sooner? Because that's what it was. Like I said, my God that I served before, from the garden and all the way through Old Testament, and even, up until Jesus' time, he was vengeful. Benevolent was not a word you would use using God. Compassionate? No, that wasn't it. That was not the word that we spoke of God. You feared God. You feared the gods. You feared the gods. Jesus taught us a different way. He taught us a different way. And then so everybody used that way to, again, have power and control over the flocks. But his way led us free. He said we could be free in the spirit. Under these 10 commandments and under this consciousness, the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, peace, happiness, long-suffering, patience, forgiveness, you know what I mean? Against such, there's no such laws. As long as you're walking in the 10 commandments, those are the rules. Honor thy father. You're walking in those commandments. You're walking in the spirit. You're asking for forgiveness. You're constantly trying to get better. And you're, leaving that no longer serves you. As you're always evolving, then that's the way. That's the ascension. That is the way. Okay? But again, going back to it, is in all of the times, God never sent us a savior, someone to save us. He sent Noah to save the pack. He sent, you know what I mean? He sent Moses to bring him the rules. He sent who he sent to save certain people. But he didn't, do you know what I mean? How can I explain this? There wasn't one that was going to save all. You know what I mean? He would send in certain people to get out certain people. But there wasn't one for all and all for one. And that was what Jesus stood for. And he went to go get all. Everyone. Everyone was worthy of the kingdom of God. Everyone was worthy. And that's what he told everyone. You are worthy. For the Father loves you. And that's the very unbelievable story about Christ. They hated it because who are you to say that your God is higher than our God? That your God can forgive sins, that you can let these people free, that they can be free without consequence for what they've done. Who gives you the right to free them? He told them, my Father who art in heaven, for I am the Son. I am the Savior. I am the judge. Did he judge them as he walked? No. He witnessed. As we witnessed, he witnessed. All he was a messenger and a witness to it himself. So then, he went through it. He came back. Where did he go? They say he just disappeared. No, he didn't. He went to continue his works and have his family. Once a servant of God, always a servant of God. He wouldn't have left God. He wouldn't have stopped sharing the word. God sent him to share the word somewhere else. So that's how it got to way east, where they started a different religions, still under the Christ teaching, which Krishna teaches all about, a Christ-likeness. Okay, the pagans teach it. The Hindus teach it. They don't use the word Christ-like always, but they will teach you that it is Christ-like. And that's why there's so many religions based on it, because they did. But the one that started is the one that fractured. And that's what happened. You can listen to it in the Bible and later what happened to Christianity. 12 people with the same story, 12 eyewitnesses, went to take that story, and what people did with it later is where we are now. Everybody saw it, and they told everybody what was told. What was told? That you could be free from your sins if you confess from your mouth that there is a God greater than you, He the Father. And if we walk in the path of He the Son, then we shall be redeemed. If we ask for forgiveness and we follow these rules and we treat our brethren as they ask of us, then we shall inherit the kingdoms of God here on earth. We must be baptized. We must be washed away of our sins and be anew. Those is it. He said that's it. And they couldn't handle that because that left them powerless to. There was no consequence under God. They had no power or authority. That meant that all we had to do was get right with God in our heart, and we could be right with God, and we didn't have to follow their rules, which again is what Jesus said. No longer will you live by the law of the temple, but by the fruits of the Spirit. You're not going to follow the rules. You're going to be free from these rules. These rules were not meant to control you, but to free you. And that's it. So then that's where the thing came. It's like, no. And that's why a lot of people hate it. No, you can't just be forgiven, Bundy. You can't just be forgiven, Dahmer. No, Jesus said you can. If you change your wicked heart, you ask forgiveness, and you walk in the fruits of the Spirit under those rules. Anybody. And that's the point. Go get everybody. Tell them, baptize them, get them in the Spirit so that they may walk, walk back in the kingdom of heaven, here on earth instead of hell. Have you ever talked to the missionaries of Jesus Christ? I'm one of them. I'm on a mission to get you all back in. So that's where that goes. Now let's go back to what started me. Frankie, Sagittarius video, bonus video, 31 minutes ago. She's like, something, I don't know, something that this was your love, and they fell for some eye candy. Okay. I'm not mad at you. We all do. We fall for a good thing. This looks good. Okay, let's just put it on Russ. Let's just say it's Russ. But is it Russ? No, it could be Tree. It could be any of you. It was me. I'll put myself in this story too. Why did I go for Bobby after all the... What happened with Bobby? What happened? He started to talk to me. I worked at the hotel. And, naturally, he's going to come on to any pretty woman. He just liked to do that. It made him feel powerful to have a woman. Especially older women, powerful women. He was like, dude, I can have you. I fucking own you. I'll own this bitch. It's just, who cares? You guys have those intentions in your head. I'm forgiving about it. So he did, and he'd have all these powerful women, these beautiful women that I and myself thought were more than me. I'm like, damn, what's he got? So then he wants to get at me, and I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. Finally gets to the point, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fuck with you because out of power, this is going to make me feel powerful. If I'm going to fuck you up, dude. These women are beautiful, and you want me, so that makes me feel really good. But now I'm going to have to destroy you and show you don't have any power. And that's what happened there. All right? So now they're talking about my twin flame, and they're talking about, this person loved you. But they fell for some eye candy. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. In the sense of what happened. I don't know. You saw a good thing and went for a good thing. Am I supposed to be mad? She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Why wouldn't she want to? She makes you feel special to have such a beautiful woman. Wow, you like me? I can have you? Like I can have you? Someone like me can have you? Yes. I'll never let you go. I can't believe I got a girl like you. That's how Russ feels. And he has every right to. She's gorgeous. And I mean, if we're talking about him, or, even Tree. The girl he had when I met him was, His baby mama that he left to have fun with this other girl was absolutely beautiful. He ditched her. He had a baby with her and just ditched her and decided he wanted to be, a fucking singer and songwriter and, a drug addict or a drug dealer, and he could have any woman that he wanted, and he did. They all were like, my husband. 17. Damn. I want my cake, and I have my cake, but I want to eat it too. I ain't mad at you. Royce, you did that too? You had a good thing at home and you went out and wanted more? It made you feel special that you could even have something like that? Guys, what's wrong with us? Nothing. We feel special by the little things, by the fact that somebody that we thought was out of our league shows us attention. It makes us feel special. But it's a two-way deal, because Jonica feels special. Russ, you want me? Big rapper Russ, you love me? You really love me? You like me? Wow, I feel amazing. I feel beautiful. I can't believe you like me. It's a beautiful feeling between two people where it's like you're amazed that this person likes you, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel special that someone like this person likes you. Bobby does that all the time. He's trying to figure out, do you really like me? Do you really want me? Are you sure? He's very insecure. He's like, but what do you want from me? Just to talk. I just want your truth. And that's really what it is. What do we really want? The attention. And we'll go to certain lengths to keep that attention on us because it makes us feel good. You make me feel good. I don't want to leave. I'm willing to go to all lengths to keep this feeling that you're giving me. Depending on it, though, if it's just attention, then it's going to wear off because later someone else might give you more attention and you forget, you're just really just wanting attention. It doesn't, the more you get, the more special it makes you feel if that's what you're feeding off of. Do you know what I mean? Is where that goes. So the story's talking about, they loved you, but they fell for some shit. I don't think you fell for anything. I think God gave you just what gave you a good time. I don't know how to say that. Am I mad? I was surprised. But again, I was created for such things, because even though it was just an experience, this was something I had to experience to overcome. And that's just kind of what it was. It's like, am I mad that you didn't pick the 41-year-old witch that was yelling at you and you never met before and you didn't know, that just made you feel special? And in abstract to the 23-year-old beautiful superstar that's out there that wants to do beautiful things and makes you look good and fits your lifestyle? Am I mad that you went for what was right for you instead of not for what was wrong? No. Because that's the fucked up part about a twin flame. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. And somehow you have to make it all right. And that's that fucking fight. It's like, even back to Bobby, it's like, this is all fucking wrong. Fuck. I would never, oh, please don't make me. And then you get to the point, it's like, none of that even mattered. It mattered is how you made me feel. It just mattered. I had to break down what I thought I should have to what really made me happy. And that's it. That's these trophy, these, perfect relationships. We make each other look good, but do we make each other feel good? Really, you being around makes me feel good, but you don't fill me up, if you will. In that sense, knowing what our needs are, you know what I mean, being honest. And I explained that last night. What do you need as a divine feminine? You need support. You need a masculine, which is protective support. You need, action. You need all of that. You need a provider. What does a divine masculine need from a divine feminine? A nurturing, loving touch. They need that. It's an equal give and take, right? But there's also my divine feminine inside of me that needs to be provided for by a man. But there's also my divine masculine inside of me that needs to be touched and loved and nurtured by a man. Do you understand? Like how they both need to be fed. You know what I mean? And If we're feeding too much of our masculinity, which is just, our action sense, what about the femininity? You feed my flesh, but what about my heart? You don't make me feel safe. I don't feel like I can cry with you. You don't make me feel like everything's going to be okay. You're not that mothering to me. I need you to mother me as much as I need you to father me. And I'm not going to call you daddy. In that sense. And so men want a woman to be, a woman, but they need a woman to be the mother and the father too. I'm going to love you, but I'm also going to, kick your ass into gear too. And that's what the balance of the relationship is being that first for yourself, but that and being able to be all of that for someone else too. Is like I'm solid within me, and I can be solid for you. And truthfully, it's not really a solidarity, because there's these weak moments we have by the energy. It's like, I really need you to just hold me today. I'm feeling very weak. And my husband should be able to say the same thing, because that's what I'm here for. I am his supporter. As much as he's supposed to support me and say, babe, I can't pay my bills. Can you please pay my bills? I can't open this jar. I don't have the physical strength. I don't have the mental capabilities to handle this position as the woman that I am. Can you please help me with this? Cool. Now, he's supposed to come to me and like, babe, I am a mess and I need a lot of love right now. I need you to touch me and love me and squeeze me and make me and tell me everything's going to be okay while we're doing this, and help me figure out a plan too. Tell me everything's going to be okay. Tell me how to get through this. Help me. And that's it. We lean on each other for all of that good stuff, right? Oh, the dove just arrived. So the story starts out with, they love you, but they got caught up in, fantasy land. No, you're just learning lessons. I don't know how to explain that. I really don't. I should be sour, I guess. Right? Famanach, how could you love this new beautiful girl when you know you love me? How can Bobby feel this way for me when he loves his wife and he would never do it? He would never abandon her, and that's his best friend. It's not fair. It's not fair that he feels this way for me, but not for his wife, is what you could say. Are we going to go to war, me and his wife, about his feelings? Or do we need to stand back and let him figure out his feelings? And it really has nothing to do with either of us, because both of us are loving him in completely different ways. And he loves both of us in completely different ways. Is it a battle? I don't know. Depending on who's trying to control him, I suppose. That goes back to Russ. Am I supposed to be upset because she is what I'm not? I'll tell you right now, she's pissed off and hates everything because I am what she's not. Am I trying to be her to win him over? Because truthfully, if she was enough, he wouldn't love me. Why do I want to be you when you're not enough? No offense. If your looks and your beauty and who you are was enough, he wouldn't be talking to me. He wouldn't be in love with me. I don't have to be you. But then you look at me and you're like, why am I not enough? I don't know. Why wasn't I enough? It's feelings that we can't control. I can't tell you. You can look at me and you can look at me and look at yourself and see it doesn't make sense. She's ugly. She's old. She's fat. She's unemployed. She doesn't have these things. Why do you love this woman? I don't know. She makes me feel good. That's the difference, bro. Why do I love Bobby? I don't know. He makes me feel good. Russ makes me feel good. Marshall makes me feel good. It's not about what they have. I love them. They make me feel okay about me. They make me feel seen. They make me feel safe. They make me feel understood and special and not alone on this planet. That's why. You know, my husband's asked the same thing. Why does she love these men? She doesn't even know these men. I gave her all my life. She doesn't even remember me. And how do you think they feel? How vengeful they feel about the fact that I never felt this way for them and they gave me everything. So they think. Whatever they gave me. I know what you gave me, fuckhead. Just kidding. They tried. You know what I mean? They tried to love me and then they got distorted with me. And anyways, it goes back to it. It's like, I don't know. I'm not mad. I can see. I'm not mad. I can see why you would love this girl. I can see why she is good for you. I know that. I had that moment. I think it was before Christmas. In the beginning, I had a message with Bobby, and I had this download, and I sent him a message, and I was like, I understand why you can't. What Heather is to you. And at that time, I told him, I was like, Heather's my Lewis. Lewis keeps me going. He keeps me alive. Just his presence makes me know that everything's going to be okay, that we can do this, that I can keep going. I'll never give up Lewis. I'll always love Lewis, because Lewis's very existence makes me breathe. That was when I was really in the deep dark night of the soul, and all I had was Lewis and all his positive words and affirmation and his love and his drive. You know what I mean? At that time, I didn't have a good relationship with Kobe. Kobe was just kicking my ass, so I needed somebody outside of me to look to that could inspire me to keep going, and that was Lewis. And so I tell Bobby that I understand what she means to you. She keeps you, you know what I mean, going. And that's what I understood. You know, she's your rock. And again, I'd never met Lewis in this life. I never touched Lewis. I'm not married to Lewis. His spirit lies within my heart, and it keeps me going. Do you know what I mean? It's a love. It's a connection that's not of this world. You know? And there's many of them, you know what I mean? Like, I'm laying down and he's rusting his shit. Here comes that guy again. Here comes that guy again. You know, and it's like, how can you have... Because it's not of this world. And there really are people out there like us. They think they're on twin flame journeys and shit. Just kidding. It's funny, because I just told you I am. That God puts a love in you for a person and you don't understand it. But it actually has nothing to do with this lifetime. This is a love that you've had for that person for many, many lifetimes. And it's just hard to love that person in this lifetime. But it really has nothing to do with the outside. We learn to love people on the outside, but ultimately their outside starts to fade and we don't like who they are inside. But then there's people that we meet, they call them soulmates, twin flames, past life, whatever. There's people that we meet where we just feel so much for this person. It's called unconditional love. You don't know. It wasn't put together by something. A condition is a contract. It means it was based on these things, makes up this contract of love. This is what the ingredients that made this condition. An unconditional love is there was nothing that made this happen. It just pumps, and it just only gets stronger the more that you feed into it. If it's not built on any condition, it can't be broken by any conditions. It can only be conditioned into more. And there's lots of us that just have unconditional love. It's inside of us, and it comes out whenever it wants. You know, you can drive past 100 fucking homeless people with a sign, and then one of them will get you to roll down your window and open your heart. You know what I mean? The unconditional love is not with condition. It just controls. When you finally let down the condition, meaning every other one before that, you gave yourself a reason not to show them no love. So, no, you're not worthy. I'm not giving you no money. 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 After so many times of saying no, all you could do was say yes to the next person. And you couldn't even tell yourself why. Why? Because you'd been too much of an asshole. It was time to give. Truthfully, why'd you give to that person and not the 6 or 7 of them before that person? Because you looked at them and you judged them and said they weren't worthy of it. You did. Now, why did you give to the 7th? Not because you thought they were harder off than the first. But because you were tired, because you had no more fight. It was time to give. And that's just kind of it. When it goes back to me and my twin flames, though you guys believe, their karmics believe it must be a physical love. It must be physical. If I can be more physical, if I can do something in the physical, then they won't leave me for this person. But you're afraid that you're losing them anyways, which isn't true. Where the fuck are they going if they come talk to me? Do I have a house? I'm going to move them in. I'm going to take them away. They're going to change their phone number on you. You don't know how to reach them. You don't know where they be. What are you talking about? You're creating this fantasy of absolute madness that you're going to lose them forever if they come and find out what this feeling is that we have and what is it that we're combined for and what's the real truth of why we're here together. Have I told your men anything else than we're here to save the world? Okay, now, have I tempted their flesh? Yes. Yes, I have. Fully. Do I have any intention on giving my flesh to them? No. Can it happen? Is it going to happen with one? Yes. Do you believe God is going to give me a married man? No. Why would he do that? Why does someone else have to lose for me to win? That's not how I'm created. But the truth is, why are they going to leave you? Why are you afraid of them leaving you? Because they're not happy. And you're afraid if they leave, you're going to lose everything. So you're working overtime to keep them happy. But that's not something you can do. You can't make a person happy. Now this is what everyone's getting pissed off about is, why does she make you happy? Why do you want to be around this woman? What the fuck is it? Fuck her. Fuck her. Stay away from her. The reason you don't want them to come to me is you're afraid you'll lose them. But that's a fabrication of your mind. What are you losing if you know I'm only here to heal them? It's all bullshit. Why do they want to come here? Why do they want to be close to me? It's the healing. They want to feel good. They want to get better. They want what I offer, not my flesh. Some of them think about it because that's how they express love. We talked about that. That's part of being a man. You show your love with what you can offer. And you feel love by the nurturing touch of the woman that you're offering this to. So no, not all of them are physical. It's not that. But they're drawn to me like moths to the flame because they want to heal. And I keep calling them because I want to heal them. I can't marry 12 plus 2. I'm not going to sleep with any of them. Only one is going to offer to marry me. And truthfully, and that's just really the truth, only one God will give the strength. Only one is chosen to do it. They all fantasize and think that they could, but they also know they can't for all different reasons. But at the same time, they need to fix themselves. And that's why they're drawn to me. As I have a love for her. I feel safe with her. I feel understood. She knows where I'm coming from. She knows how to help me. I can tell her the things and she can help me through this. And she can help fix me. Is what they want from me. They want me to make them like me. They want to be free. It's what they want. That doesn't necessarily mean they want to be free from you. They want to be free from what's inside of them so they can be free outside. But they're not going anywhere. Look at Kanye. He ain't going nowhere, bro. The fucking earth is round. He's running around in circles from his own shadows. There's nothing chasing Kanye but his own feelings and thoughts. Why won't he just come back home and fucking start his family? Why is he running around everywhere? He's running from his reality because he doesn't want to face it. He doesn't want to sit at home and face reality. Okay? But he's not running from anything. What does Kanye need? Kanye needs me. There's not a doctor out there. There's not a spiritualist. There's not a priest. There's not someone out there that's going to get that shit out of him. And these guys know if I can do it for Kanye and for Britney Spears, I can help them. And that's what drives them. That's what drives them. Now, why do they have so much compassion and love? Because they've heard my stories. They know me. I've told them everything about me, and they feel like I feel. They are me. Because they're my stories, but yet theirs that they've never told. You remember that story you told? Let me tell you what happened to me. Things they've never been able to tell someone. They need a place. Everybody needs a place, a safe place to open up. And that's what I give to them. These are people that can't find it for their own reasons. It's dangerous to let these things out to people because they use them against them. I mean, they need to come here and learn how to use it for their own good before someone destroys them before it destroys them. Because really, nobody is using it against them. You know, it's the thoughts. It's your own persecution that's persecuting you. Meaning, going back to I'm ugly. I can feel ugly if I believe you, but I don't believe you. I choose not to believe you. I can see where your beliefs come from. I can see that I don't fit the mold, but that's not what I am. And that goes back to being a witch. I'm a witch by definition, but that's not what I am. I'm not like the ones you think, you read about, stuff like that. So when you're thinking about a relationship and them coming into union with me, you're thinking about what a man and a woman in your relationships have looked at. You're trying to put a face on this. You're trying to put a form on it. You're trying to make it look like this is what's going to happen. When you go to see her, you're going to fall in love with her and she's going to suck your dick. Hold on, bro. Does that even sound like me? I just make jokes. Seriously. Do you really think I'm gonna really? Come on. You don't think I'm gonna cry if he tries to do some shit like that? You don't think I'm gonna fight and scream and maybe bite? Really? Come on. It's just a joke until it becomes serious, and then it's seriously scary, and that's not really something that's really happening between any of us. Not really. I mean, yeah, everybody wants to feel good, but we're just trying to feel good on the inside, dude, because everything on the outside feels bad. Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me right now. What's wrong with you? I'm explosive. And then what do we really want? Just hold me, dude. Just let me cry. Don't say anything. That's healing, bro. That's what we want. That's all the people want. Really. Russ can't tell you, Jonica. Just like he could never tell his mom. Just like Marshall could never put it into words. Just like, that's where I do. I try to find words. But even when I don't, I still make it okay. Even when you can't find words. And that's where it is. I want to go where I feel safe. That's what they want. But it's not like they're going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? They're going to a mental facility for a minute. They're going to a rehabilitational facility of the goddess and the gods. They're going to a self-healing retreat. It's not 90 virgins and, unlimited blowjobs. Not at all. Not at all. It's just a fucking joke that, you guys, I don't know. I guess I fuck with you. But again, I'm not doing it to fuck with you. I'm being me and trying to speak like I speak and be okay with being just a dirty girl. Not so dirty, though. But that has nothing to do with my twin flame relationships. Truthfully, you know what I mean? Marshall shows up and says, okay, let's do this. It doesn't mean that I'm so ready to have sex with you tonight. I'm scared still. Can we wait a while? Can I wait until I feel comfortable in your arms before I try to feel comfortable taking your zipper down? You know what I mean? That's not real. It's not real. Stop thinking that way. Stop using it as that's the whole deal. Nah, bro. That's not what love is about. We use our bodies to show love when we feel that close to somebody. But you must understand, not everybody can just give their body without, closeness. You have to feel safe. Some of us have to feel safe to do such things. You know what I mean? So it's not like, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No quicker am I going to reach out and give fucking to kiss anybody's face. I don't know. Did you brush your teeth? Who else has kissed that mouth? I'm not sure about any of this. Let's just give me a hug. Wait a minute. Let me sage you before I give you a hug. That's how serious it is. It's not about all that. It's really not. And Lewis. Like, you must love him. He's so beautiful, isn't he? No, he's so pretty. I gotta look away. He makes me blush. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, you fell for Lewis. Well, fuck. Who could say no? Look at him. He's beautiful. Why wouldn't I? Does he make you feel good? Oh, he made me feel like $1 million on the outside, but I still felt very empty on the inside. That's why you gotta be like, oh, fuck. Looks aren't everything. Damn, you good looking. You're good looking. I'm just using it as an example. I don't know how he makes me feel on the inside. But just, you know, they're my brothers. They're my friends. They're my, you know, I'm here, and that goes back to the video. I cried real hard, the Bozzy video. It's like, do you guys realize I came from heaven to come get you here, and you guys are just killing me down here? Softly, not even softly, you're killing me terribly with your words and actions. Destroying me. And you get mad every time I pull out and, like, want to bite you. I'm like, I will fucking kill you. Alright, fine, not this time. But I could. I have. I will. Not this time. Just cry about it. That's it. It's like, you came down here for you, and you're not leaving. Get out of hell already. And they're like, no, I can't let you go. What are you talking about? Does she not have your Cash App and your phone number and the credit card? Are the bills not paid? We got shit to do this weekend. Are you ready to heal? Fuck. They've been fighting this for a long time. Who's fighting it? Everybody. They're fighting the healing process because they think it's going to be worse than it is. Yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. I show you every week what it is. I tell you what it is and what it feels like. What happens? We're going to sit around all happy snappy laughing about some shit until God puts a fucked up memory, and now we got to sit here and get real serious about how fucked up our lives feel. And we're going to cry intensively about some shit. You're going to start it, and then I'm going to start it, and then he's going to start it. Now all of us are going to look like a bunch of fucking crybabies in the woods, fucking hating God and humans, and, you know, throwing little fits. Maybe you can bring these boys home and I can love them into men. Hey, I love you. It's okay. You'll be okay. Fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck. That's where I can get us out of it. I'm going to take us into it, and I'm going to get us out of it. But we need to go, so we need to do this in a place where it's not, you know, we're not going to be broadcasted like Kanye. You don't want to see what comes out of him this time. and they do. They want to see. If she can fix Kanye, she can fix me. Go ahead. I want to see this. Let me see what you could do with Kanye. I know. I'm going to fix him. You think Kim doesn't really want him fixed? How bad does she feel? Like a Lilith? You fucking left me for this bitch? I'm better than this bitch. I am the bitch. Who's this bitch? This bitch? Meanwhile, this bitch is, man, I love your wife. I wish I could be like your wife. Am I your wife? I feel so special. I'm your wife too? They're so confused over there. She's your biggest fan. Dude, Jonica is my biggest fan. But yet she wants to, you know, be me in the wrong ways. So Bianca is Kim's biggest fan. How do you think Bianca grew up like that? I want to be like you. Okay, now you became her, and now you're like, it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. There was this movie called The First Wives Club. Exactly what happened. You got the new version. I love you. I want to be just like you. Bitch, stop being like me. I can't stand you. And that's it. Fine. Just take the new version. Whatever. She's nothing like me. Is Bianca going to be sad that Kanye leaves her? No, not really. Look at how he treats her. How sad was... I mean, Kim was sad because it was love. He didn't treat Kim bad. He didn't treat Kim bad. And she didn't treat him bad. Everything just fell apart. You know what I mean? Because the world wouldn't just let them love each other because they were from two different parts of the world. You can't love him. You must convert him into us. You must convert her into us. Okay, you put your fucking clothes on and you stop talking like that. Alright, first off, fuckheads, You fell in love with her because of how she looked, and you fell in love with him because of how he talks. Why are we changing this? Because I no longer want you to talk to other people like that. And I no longer want you to show other people what you know what I mean? So now I'm going to take what I love about you and I want to control this. And I want it only for me. But if Kim isn't beautiful, then what is Kim? Why do you want to hide Kim's beauty? And if Kanye ain't out here talking shit, then who the fuck is Kanye? Because that's all he does is talk shit. Do you understand? It's stupid. It's conditioned. Didn't have to be in a condition. Let's just be free. No, they won't let us be free. Well, then we're out here. Fuck them. Fuck them. And that's where Kanye is with Bianca. They're just running around trying to be free. But in their pursuit of being free, they're not. They're trapped. Because they're not really happy. How do we know? They gotta know. To be free, they have to free each other. They have to for a minute. We need to clear the space. We need to clear the energy. We need to get our minds and our spirits right and come back together on this and see what, My husband's didn't make me happy. And as much as it sucks to be a single mother and, all of that, it sucked more to be in a relationship that wasn't making me happy. That was just draining me just to say I was married. Just to say my children did have father. It wasn't real. He wasn't a husband and he wasn't a father. But me putting him in my relationship automatically gave him the right to say such things. But he didn't fulfill the roles. He didn't provide for us. And he didn't make me feel the way that he didn't do the roles that he needed to do as a man, for me as a woman, or for himself, or for the children. Right? So it wasn't right. And I had to make a choice. I had to walk away, brokenhearted that this failed. But I had to know that I gotta let this go because it's just not. I'm not happy. And yeah, this is gonna make me unhappy, but I've already been unhappy. And actually, I started to gain my happiness right away. Not being unhappy with him made me happy. I started to feel happier about things when I wasn't trying to spend all my time keeping him happy. I could start focusing on little things that did make me happy. Like anything that I couldn't do when I was with him because I was so busy trying to keep him happy. And you're gone, I could take care of me. And there has to be this time for me. I need to take care of me in ways that you can't. I need to tend to myself in ways that you can't. And that's where that suffocation and codependency comes in, is we have to be able to be okay by ourselves and tend to ourselves. But we also do need that from another person. But don't go out like that, is what I heard. I'm not mad. I mean, we're confused. We don't understand. It doesn't make sense. But it does if you let it. You can allow it. You don't have to make sense of it. You can just understand it. So it started off with, where did this all start? Well, me telling them the whole point about this love is that it wasn't something that you did to make me feel this way. And the love that I want is, what I'm getting out of it is not something physical, but just loving you makes me feel better. So going back to it, trying to explain that to the karmics about how their men feel about me is the same. She didn't do anything. I feel that way. And I can't explain why I feel that way, but that's what I feel about her. You know what I mean? Do some of them want to make me a wife and want me to be that role? Yeah. Why do I do that to them too? Because ultimately, if someone makes you feel that way, you want them to be that. You want to be with them forever. It's in us naturally. Damn, I want to hold on to you forever. How many people have we done that to? How many people have you dated with the intention to make this work? Every single one? Every single one you give your time and energy to, you hope this is the one. Are you mad that it didn't work? Fuck. How many times have we got it fucked up? Hey, dude, speaking of which, that's what I told my daughter. I was like, your grandma's on her 5th marriage. Maybe 4th. I don't know. I don't know if she married the one from Florida. But she was on 3 last time I saw it, and now she's currently married. So that's at least 4, unless she pulled one over there. Mr. Plum said his sister's on a crazy number. Crazy number of marriages. She marries him. She don't date him. She marries him. No, you're going to marry me. But then she stays with him and is like, oh, that didn't work. Moving on. She's not going to, after she divorced this man, she's not going to date another man. She's going to marry another man. Okay, now before, the laws constituted you're not supposed to do that. No. What's wrong with you? So it's better for me to date them for long periods of time, years and years at a time, and then leave them? Or do I make it real to people right away? We're in a contracted relationship. We're in a contracted relationship until this contract is over. We're honoring each other in a relationship. Is what that means. Why do you get in a marriage? You're making it a public announcement, a public service announcement that we're in a real relationship until death do us part, or until we can't make this work no more. And here's the terms and conditions of this relationship. Fulfilling this contract, then it's a breach of contract, and I'm gonna go and give this contract to someone else that can fulfill these needs. Or you can stay in a loveless marriage for all your life. You can fulfill the law of this contract, never walking in the Spirit. And that's where churches are. You're not allowed to get divorced. You shouldn't be having children out of wedlock. All of these things. They put laws on your love, your forgiveness, your compassion, your understanding. Not just about your own needs and desires, but that of others. You can't have compassion for what they're doing because the book says no, you're not allowed to do it that way. They told you which way and how to play life. And Jesus didn't say any of that. And that's why they fought for Jesus. They fought Jesus because he gave us ultimate freedom in his words, given by God. No, we don't have to do what you say. We have to walk this way. Not by the law, but by this. And that's where it goes to. So ultimately, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, regardless to me, you must understand they're unhappy. They are, you are. If they are, you are. So now you're doing everything in your power to create a fake happiness to keep this contract together. But you're contracting yourself into a relationship that's giving neither of you a chance at real happiness. You don't want to hold them because of how they make you feel. You're holding on to them because you're afraid of the feelings you'll have without them. But what will you have without them? What about the next person, how they'll make you feel? There's another person out there that wants to hold you, wants to go out on a date with you, wants to go to the movies, wants to go for a hike, wants to listen to your music and watch you, wants to know where you work and what you do with your free time. They want to watch a movie or a sports game with you. They want to go to a concert with you. They believe that they can have children in a marriage with you, but they don't believe it now. Here's an example. Bobby was married. He said, "What do you want from me?" "I want what I always wanted from any man. I want a husband and children." He said, "I can't do that." "I still believe you could. I believe you could be that person for me. Even though you're not for her. You're not doing so well over there with her. I believe that you could be that person for me." And why? We want to believe that you could be the one. What makes me believe that? I feel it. I have no reason to feel that way about me. I know. There's no reason for us to feel like we want to love this person and we want to, hey, you want to move in with me? Hey, you want to meet my parents? You're moving a little fast. Who said we should do that? I don't know, I just feel like it's time. You feel that it's time to push, to do something brave and bring this person closer. But that don't make no sense. I know. That's just how I feel. How do you feel about this? I feel scared and I'm gonna fucking block you. Okay. Fine. Am I mad that you got scared about my feelings? No, I'm brave that I felt such ways. I've never felt so brave about loving somebody. It's okay. I want that from anyone. That's it. Okay. Okay, I scare you. I get that. And that's exactly what he said. You scare me. I never know what you're gonna say. I know, isn't it fucking hilarious? I don't either. The shit that comes out of my mouth be scaring me too. Oh, don't say that. Oh, here we go. But in a sense, I'm mad at you because you're scary. I scare myself sometimes. And that's it. The truth shall set you free. So going back to it, I'm not your problem. I could be a solution in the sense of if the problem is that easy to fix. But I'm not the problem. I'm coming with solutions. But the real problem is that you don't want to let them go so that they can get better. And the reason you don't want them to get better is because you're afraid if they get better, they'll truthfully do better. You think that there's something better for them than you. Why do you think that way? Because you know you're not making them happy. You're afraid that someone else is going to come in and make them happy. Well, why work so hard? I don't know how to make you happy. I can't make you happy. Everything I do is never good enough for you. I'm sorry. You just don't. And that's what happened with my husband. My ex-husband used to say that all the time. Nothing I ever do is good enough for you. You're never happy. It's true. There was nothing he could do to make me happy. It wasn't in him to give me happiness. I wasn't happy with him. There was nothing that about him that was going to make me happy. It was something I needed for myself that he couldn't give me. And his attempts meant nothing because it was just something inside of me. But then you can look at, like, how did Bobby make you happy? How did this happen? Just talking to this guy made you feel better than I did? All that for you and you were never happy and all this guy had to do was fucking talk dirty to you? No, that's not exactly what happened. You don't fully understand, but I don't need you to. I have to understand why he makes me happy and how far I'm willing to go for this happiness. And am I willing to destroy someone just because he makes me happy? Am I willing to destroy myself, him, and others because of this feeling that I like? Am I willing to understand where it comes from and maybe try to, get that feeling somewhere else? And that's just it. It's just evolution. That's it. Going back to it, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at Russ for going to, for loving a beautiful woman that made him feel good. Why am I mad at you for that? I love a beautiful man that made me feel good. He's beautiful and he makes me feel good. And he's not much on paper. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know his real background. Doesn't really matter. None of that matters. Doesn't matter what he is to you. What matters is how he made me feel. And that's what's important. So then going back to it is Russ wants everyone to see Jonica the way that he sees Jonica. He wants her to shine as bright in the real world as she does to him. He wants the world to see her like he does. And so he's trying to build this, statue of her. But she already stands tall. You don't need to push her onto us. And that's what Kanye's doing. Kanye wants you to see this wife. Look at my wife. Look at how wonderful my life is based on this wife. He can put his whole identity into I'm doing great because of I've got her. Where does that come from? Kim. My life is finally complete. Look at this woman I have. I have this woman and I have my children. I am a man. I am a man. I'm a good man. I take care of it. I'm finally a man. Look what I've accomplished in my manhood. I have the most beautiful woman. I have beautiful children. I have a career. I have money. I have everything. That's what a man wants, to feel secure in his skin. He believes he needs these things to show that I am a good man. I have done it. I've seen, I've conquered. And that's what a woman wants too. She wants to show the world my husband and my children and my home and my life. I've did it right. I finally got the happiness. But the truth is we're just creating an image of happiness. We're creating images of happy homes and relationships. If I just have this, then I'm happy. Marshall had it all too. He had a wife and children and a career and everything. But it didn't make him happy. And that's the truth is, Kanye did have it all. But it didn't really bring him happiness. The more he had it, the more it shoved him into his darkness. Same as my husband. The more he sat in the family, the more he hated the family because of what his family was. He couldn't accept the new family because he was still hurting from the old. We live, we learn, and then finally we get some love. And that's where that is. We don't get to choose who we love. We don't get to. We definitely are attracted to certain things. Definitely. There's nothing not beautiful about Kim Kardashian, Bianca, or Jonica. Until they open their mouth and you hear their, you know what I mean, their mean words. They're not mean girls. They're not ugly until they're mean. Mean-spirited, we should say. You know what I mean? There's nothing ugly about Kim Kardashian crying. When she's being mean about it and a victim about it, then it's ugly. But there's nothing ugly about your pain. It's beautiful, and that's what attracts everyone to me. They're attracted to my pain. Because my pain is their pain. They're attracted to it. Like moths to flames. You would say they're attracted to the healing, but that's not what they're getting. They don't fully get the healing. They get the pain and the story. That's what they're attracted to. So, yeah, I'm not attracted to your flesh. I'm attracted to your pain, just like me. Like attracts like. You're attracted to my pain and healing. I'm attracted to your pain and healing. I'm attracted to your pain, and I get mad that you don't take the healing that I'm here to give to you. And that goes back to the Bozzy video. I'm here for all of you. I'm drawn to your pain. It's beautiful. It's beautiful that you are here and you have carried this darkness. It's beautiful. But I've come to set you free from it. And that's it. I've come to set you free from the things that hurt you. As I set myself free. And we all go free. In Jesus' name, our Savior. So that's that. To the twin flames. I love my twin flames. But yeah, they irritate the flesh. I irritate their flesh. It's not a flesh experience, bro. The flesh doesn't like this experience. It's what it does for our souls. We're souls. Having a fucked up flesh experience. But ultimately, all of us, our souls need to be healed. The mission is to bring these guys in and I heal them and they start healing the collective. As I told, how many of you have I healed with just telling my stories? I need to get them to be able to talk like this too to you. So you can make these beautiful connections with them like they have with me. And when you'll be drawn to them for healing. You'll be drawn to their pain for healing. That's what this is called. This is what the assignment is. Simon says. That's what I heard, Simon. That's what the real job is. It's not about, you know what I mean? That's what the whole mission was. I gotta get Kanye back. And I gotta show that God can make all things new in Kanye West. And we can get Kanye out here spreading love and happiness again. You're like, that's impossible. With God, nothing's impossible. All he needs is love. I promise. That's what all that needs. I need to get Marshall in. I need to love him so he can love the world. I need to love them. And it's not touching them. But they do need a warm hug. They need a mother's hug that they long for. They need a shoulder to cry on. As much as I need that too. Our needs are equal. But it's not what you think we need. What do we need? We need to heal. So we can heal everyone else. Go catch my community page, and if not, just go watch the Bozzy video. Beautiful. That's it. I gotta come down here and shed my tears to break you free. But I'm bringing you all back to the light with me. Not just my twins, but everyone. They're gonna carry the light for others. We're all coming back to the light. But how? Through the darkness, guys. Through our pain. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. I'm not. Hey, I love you guys. I'll see you in an hour or two. We're going to pull all the light cards. What do we got? The light cards. Archangels and all the light shit. Lumarians. Light stuff. We're going to the light stuff. We're going into the light. Okay? Hey, I love you. Catch you later.